Alright, so today we're going to talk about Seoi nage. And when we talk about Seoi nage, there's really a ton of different ways to land Seoi nage. Now, as we talk about Seoi nage, in classic throw, we have to talk about kazushi, right? One of the criticisms of me, and it's a fair criticism, is that I don't necessarily focus on kazushi well, right? Because when I go to throw, typically my kazushi is a punch or a strike. So Jay comes and attacks, right? I'll parry it, I'll strike, right? And all of a sudden, if I'm going to do some kind of throw, let's call it ippon seoi nage, I will strike up, right? That'll get him on his toes. But he is so dazed, the kazushi is formed by damage that I create. So if we're going to talk about Seoi nage without creating damage first, we have to first talk about kazushi. And the important emphasis on Seoi nage is I need to get him off of his heels and onto his toes, right? That is the kazushi we're looking for. So if we start off, we'll start off with the easy one, which is what I call drop Seoi nage, right? And so to get him on his toes, essentially what we do a lot of times is we bounce. This is a big wrestler throw. Wrestlers love this, right? So him and I are here, and I grab like this, and we're wrestling right this, and I push down, right? As soon as I push down, he's gonna pop up, right? And as soon as he pops up, I'm gonna come in with one arm, right? Now you'll notice, as I come in, I scoop, I take I'm holding here, this arm comes to my obi, this shoulder pins down, stand our heel nose, and land straight down. Once again, in real time, right, I'm here. It's a quick throw. I love the throw. Favorite throw. That's drop Seoi nage. Now, we don't drop, we go to ippon Seoi nage. Ippon Seoi nage is the same thing, but I've got to get him on his toes. Right? One of the things we look at is we sometimes think I'm striking with the hips. Now, I don't necessarily strike with the hips. If I come in and I strike with the hips, I'm letting him push his hips out. Right? I don't strike with the hips. I'm trying to lift. And so all this is about lifting. So a lot of times what we'll see is this classic thought where I've got him here. The thought process is I come here, right? I look at my watch, which is what all the judo players do, right? I come here, and I pull, and I lift, and I get him on his toes here, and then I slip it, right? Now, Jimmy's mom was getting a little bit sensitive. Frankly, I've been beating snot out of Jimmy for a couple of weeks. She said, "Can he use the mat today?" Who am I to yell at Jimmy's mom? All right, so once again, I'm here. You're going to notice the kazushi. You might do this. He's going to force. I'm going to come here. Right, I'm going to get this. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to look at my watch. Right, I'm going to lift here. I'm going to get him on his toes. And then once I'm here, it goes over easy. Right? Now, important little nuance. I always think about lifting on his toes. I always come here. A little trick I learned from a silver medalist in judo is his thought was to land this throw. He concentrated on putting his back against the chest, right? So if I come here, I look here, I come here, right, back against the chest, right? And that back against the chest naturally gets me lower. And once again, if I got him loaded on my shoulder, I'm here, he goes over. Now, next derivation, I call it norte Seoi nage. So we just call it Seoi nage. It's not with the scoop, but I'm here, right? And so by holding this gi, I'm trying to do the exact same thing. Once again, I'm trying to get him up and over. So the first thing I need to do is get him up. Now, what I do is I take this hand, and as I come in, I take this elbow, and I put it underneath here. Now, I'm not trying to get this arm into the armpit. I'm trying to get this elbow just past this elbow. I'm trying to get deep. So I come here. Now I'm loading, right? This elbow comes forward. A couple of mistakes that people make. Right? One mistake that people make is they come in here, they're so focused on doing this, right? When they go to load, like, there's space. Second mistake that people tend to make is they're so focused on this, they're leaning back, right? I'm not going to get anything like this, right? So I come here, I step, I pin, right? You notice I get this hand up, right? He goes right up. So don't stand up. One other way to do this, once again, on this bouncing type of scenario, I've seen this where some people say, I want to grab underneath here, and I want to be here, and I want to come this. I've actually seen somebody totally disagree. They come here, he grabs here, and I come over top, right? And I'm pushing down here. Now he's going to fight me, right? Because I'm trying to take him down. He's pushing, he's pushing, he's pushing, he's pushing, he's pushing. As soon as he pushes up, right, I pop. Now all of a sudden you notice, he just waits up, I rotate, he goes over. I don't know if they say not.